I'm going to show you 3 things that your mama forgot to tell you about the old growth redwood forest. Number 1, what is this? This is a branch that fell out of a tree, and it is super stuck in here. I thought that was your mama's toothpick she dropped. My mama ain't that big. Back in the day, they used to call these widow makers because most people working in the woods were men. And if you were cutting down a tree or you were out working on a windy day and one of these fell out, shish kebabbed you, your wife was a widow. Now, some trees that lose their branches, they stick deep enough and in the right conditions, they can actually start growing. And I heard that redwoods can do that too. But this is the reason why you might want to stay out of the old growth redwoods on a windy day. You might get shish kebabbed. The second thing your mama forgot to tell you about the old growth redwood forest is this. Do you know what this is? That's probably your mama's house. That's not my mama's house. This is a hollow redwood tree. I don't have a flashlight with me, but you can see because the sun is coming in there. It's hollow. It goes a long way up. This is great bat habitat. Did you know bats are more closely related to us than they are to rodents? Do you know how this was formed? 1, 2, 3, I'll tell you. Several fires, not one fire, several fires, because we're on lowland Coxsinkion land. The lowland Coxsinkion people lived here for thousands of years, and they burned regularly as part of their gardening practices. And I'll get into that in another video. Look up traditional ecological knowledge, TEK, and you can learn more about it. But several fires and a fungus called Prius sequoia, named after this tree, Sequoia sempervirens, would take turns in there until it hollows it out really big. And then grizzly bears would move in there, and sometimes people would store things in there. But when the colonizers came and took this land over, they started putting fences to close these openings, and they'd keep livestock in there. And so to this day, we call them goose pin trees. But the tribes in the area had a lot of different relationships with big, huge trees like this, and they set fires pretty commonly, maybe like every 20 some years in the redwoods, but more so in the oak woodlands and the prairies around here. So they created a lot of these hollow trees, but we're not anymore because we've been suppressing fires for the last 150 years. And so these new ones aren't getting created. And you can learn more by going to savecaliforniasalmon.org and learn about traditional ecological knowledge. Now, even though this redwood is totally hollow, it's still alive. Ah! The third thing your mama forgot to tell you about the old growth redwoods. Hopefully your mama reminded you to watch out for this plant. You know what it is? Isn't she lovely? But she'll make you itch so bad. Yes, it's poison oak. Poison oak's not a bad plant. In fact, only 2 or 3 animals are affected by the oils that cause the rash, the urushiol oils, and they're all primates. We're one of the primates. So none of the animals, the deer, the bears, the beavers, they don't care about poison oak. In fact, they like poison oak because poison oak forms really thick stands where birds can build nests in, and they make delicious berries for them. But don't you try to eat them because you'll get big, bubbly, hot lava lips. You don't want that. It'll look like you have some terrible disease on your lips. So don't kiss them. So make sure you come visit because this is Rockefeller Forest. It's part of Humboldt Redwood State Park, and it's your park too, folks. So you can come check it out.